So I put out a video a couple weeks ago where I talked about the best deals in Sarasota, and I mentioned that by far the best deal that you can get in Sarasota right now is in new construction. So naturally, I got a ton of comments on that video asking, well, Zach, where are the best new construction deals at? What's available for new construction in Sarasota? So today I wanted to give you a guide to new construction in Sarasota. Let's go. What's up, guys? If you're new here, my name is Zach Payne and I'm a born and raised Sarasota local and now second generation realtor, which means I get to drive around Sarasota and say things like this all day. Do you know, I remember when this used to be just a cow field. True story. Or this. Wait, what? They sold this land already? Or this. You know, I remember when this used to be way out in the middle of nowhere, and now we're basically in the middle of town. But because I get to do all of this driving around Sarasota, I get to know intimately every new construction community that's popping up here, ones that aren't really even being advertised yet. So that's exactly what I want to do today. I want to go over every single new construction community in Sarasota and give you the best idea of what's going on here. And if you want even a further breakdown than just this video, then I highly recommend going down into the first link in my description below and picking up my brand new Sarasota new construction guide, where I'm breaking down the current incentives from each builder. I'm also going to be breaking down the HOA and the CDD fees. And I'm also going to put on a map up there so you can really easily see all of the different new construction communities in one place and how they fit into Sarasota as a whole. So if you want that, first link in the description below, completely for free. Also, you're going to want to make sure that you pay attention in this video because I've thrown in some neighborhoods that really aren't seen anywhere else. They're not advertised online, on YouTube. The only way I've heard about these communities is just by driving around Sarasota. So definitely make sure to pay attention and stay tuned. The first neighborhood I want to highlight for you guys is Sky Ranch. This community is located east of I-75 on the intersection of Clark and Lorraine Road, approximately 3.5 miles east of I-75. Now, this community covers about 1,000 acres of land, with 387 of that being kept natural preserve. Sky Ranch also has over 100 lakes in this community and over 25 miles of walking and fitness trails. Now, Taylor Morrison is the primary builder here in Sky Ranch, but they also did sell a few handful of lots to Arthur Ruttenberg and John Cannon, who, now if you're unfamiliar with these builders, they are huge names for luxury real estate in Southwest Florida. Now, Sky Ranch, when completed, will be around 1,600 homes spread across 3 distinct enclaves with 3 different home types, with over 17 different floor plans and 4 different lot types. It's a lot, I know. So to quickly break them down for you, firstly, you have the townhome section of Sky Ranch. This section is the closest to the main road and has the most affordable homes. You've got 2-bedroom homes starting at around $264,000 at the time of recording this video. And you have 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathrooms, 1-car garages, roughly between the $350,000 to $365,000 mark right now. The next section of Sky Ranch is Cassia, and this is the main and largest section of Sky Ranch. Here you'll find 1- and 2-story single-family homes, and this is where you get access to the hub, Sky Ranch's main community center. Keep in mind, the townhome section of Sky Ranch does not have access to the hub. That section only has access to 2 small pools located in that little enclave. Now, the hub is a huge selling point for many families in Sky Ranch, as it acts like a town center for community gatherings. Only this town center is 25,000 square feet and has a resort-style pool, a splash pad, a lap pool, a state-of-the-art fitness center, rock climbing wall, a cafe, an indoor basketball court, a kids' game room, a study and work room, and an events lawn. And that's just the hub. There's also 25 miles of interconnected nature trails winding throughout preserves and wetlands, over lakes and forested areas. And you also have Turner Park, which is a public sports facility located in the community. And finally, the last area of Sky Ranch is Esplanade at Sky Ranch. Now, if you've never heard of Esplanade before, then you're definitely missing out. This is Taylor Morrison's exclusive lifestyle brand. There are actually 3 different Esplanade communities inside of Sarasota, as well as one up in Lakewood Ranch as well. They're extremely popular, and turnover in communities like that are very, very, very rare. And when they do happen, homes are sold super quickly. Esplanade is geared towards resort-style living and active lifestyles. Yes, even more so than in Cassia. In Esplanade, you have the option of single-family homes as well as paired villas. All of Esplanade is maintenance-free, meaning you don't have to worry about the lawn care or any type of maintenance of the exterior of the homes. Residents of Esplanade also have access to exclusive amenities in addition to the hub. Amenities like their own private pools, their own pickleball and bocce ball courts, and their own private community amenity center. This community amenity center is where curated social events will be held, as well as the Bahama Bar and Grill will be. This is Esplanade's famous poolside restaurant specifically for Esplanade residents. Now, another major draw for families is the new K-8 school that is newly constructed right outside of the Sky Ranch neighborhood. Conveniently enough, it's actually called the Sky Ranch School. It's a school where kids will be able to walk and bike from school and home without ever being on a main road. Pretty neat. Moving just a bit further west and you will find yourself at Hawkstone. This is a brand new development that will contain only 150 homes. MI Homes is going a little bit in a different direction than most when it comes to neighborhoods in this area. You know, while most builders are building these mega communities with tons and tons of amenities and homes, it's kind of refreshing to see a more intimate community with only 150 homes. People will really easily get to know each other out here just by walking the dog or going out to grab the mail. You see, the only amenities Hawkstone provides is an automatic gate and the fact that it's a natural gas community. Beyond that, there's nothing else. But if you're somebody who knows you wouldn't utilize the amenities in a community anyway and would rather forego paying an exorbitant amount of HOA and CDD fees, but still have that newly constructed home, then these might just be a perfect fit for you. In Hawkstone, you have the ability to choose from 11 different floor plans based in 2 different lot sizes. You either have a 52-foot lot or you have a 62-foot wide lot. Floor plans for those models range anywhere from 1,700 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom homes, up to 4,000 square feet, and 5 and 6 bedrooms and 4 and 5 bathrooms, depending on the way you spec it out. Grand Park, built by Neo Communities, is tucked away off of Clark Road about 2.5 miles south and less than about a mile east of I-75. So if you're somebody who commutes a lot for work or just likes the idea of being close to the intersection of I-75, going up and down, the interstate, then this is going to be a great location for you. Not only that, but because Grand Park is just east of I-75, you're not very far from Siesta Key Beach. Actually, you're less than 6 miles from the bridge onto Siesta Key in a straight shot down Clark Road. Grand Park is one of those larger amenity-rich communities here in Sarasota with over 1,000 home sites at completion. Now, I don't know about you guys, but for me, different communities offer different vibes, some good and some bad. But Grand Park is good vibes all around. Right as you drive up before the gate, you're greeted by a waterfall feature, and once you go through the gates, you then cruise down the wide, winding roads lined with palm trees. You look to your left and you see the community green space, and if you look past that, you see one of the many ponds throughout this neighborhood with great big fountain features. It's the little things that set this community apart from the others around here. The coastal design of the homes, the lush landscaping that feels like no shrub is ever out of place here, and those wide, winding sidewalks that really invite the residents of this neighborhood out to enjoy the weather and basically everything that's part of Sarasota, Florida. Also, it's so cool to be driving around a community and you see people out and about, and when you wave, they wave back to you, even though they don't really know who you are. It's just that really cool sense of community that people have. And in Grand Park, actually, it's been more often than any other community I've ever been in. I've gotten so many waves and smiles. It just feels good, That community feel that so many are searching for when moving to Florida extends to the community center here. Here's a peek at everything provided in Grand Park. You have the choice of 2 lagoon-style pools with cabanas. You have spa areas and tropical landscaping. You have a state-of-the-art fitness center, including yoga and aerobic studio spaces, tennis and pickleball courts, a dog park, outdoor picnic areas, and sports fields for community gathering and family fun. Grand Park is also a maintenance-free community, meaning you don't have to worry about trimming the lawn or the shrubs. There's miles of walking and nature trails weaving through the lakes and open green spaces. There's community parks with lakeside views and an on-site activities director. On the real estate side of things, there is a ton of options, including townhomes, villas, and single-family homes. Unlike in Sky Ranch, where the townhomes were excluded from the amenities in the community, everybody in Grand Park has access to the community amenities, which can either be seen as a good thing or a bad thing depending on who you are. There are 2 townhome floor plans available, and they're both 3 bedrooms, 1,790 square feet. There's also 2 villa floor plans, and those range between 1,600 and 1,800 square feet. And then there's 14 single family models to choose from, ranging anywhere from 1,400 to 4,400 square feet. Next on our list is Talon Preserve, built by Devasta, and this community is special. Talon Preserve is, at this time, the only option for brand new construction homes in the highly desirable Palmer Ranch area, but not for long. They just entered into their final building phases this year, so we're looking at about 10 to 12 more months of building before this place is completely said and done. Now, Talon Preserve is located a bit further south than any of the other communities on this list, Being on the intersection of Honore Avenue and State Road 681, Talon Preserve is perfectly nestled right in between Sarasota and Venice and is in the perfect location for avid beachgoers who are looking to have options. I mean, imagine this. On Monday, you can swing up to Siesta Key in about 20 to 25 minutes. And on Tuesday, you can run over to Nokomis Beach for a change of scenery and be home within 10 to 15 minutes. I will say, however, if I bought a home in Talon Preserve, you would probably never see me again. I mean, this place has everything you could possibly ever want. I'm talking sports courts, playgrounds, dog parks, a resort-style pool, a full-service gym, an event room with a catering kitchen, an on-site full-time activities director, an arcade. You've got a bar in the heart of the community center, and they even took a page out of Esplanade's book, and they have their own restaurant in the community where you can order lunch and dinner poolside and just eat it right there. It doesn't get more Florida than that. Oh, and I'll give you a little sneak peek at what you would see in the new construction guide. If you scroll down to the Talon Preserve section, you'll see it doesn't have any CDD fees here, and their HOAs are actually relatively low for all of the amenities you get at roughly $350 a month. Now, on the real estate side of things, Talon Preserve will have around 930 homes when completed, mixed between single family and villas. You will have about 16 different floor plans to choose from, ranging between 2 to 3 bedrooms, 14 to 1,600 square feet, and up to larger Echelon Series homes with 3 to 5 bedrooms and up to 4,000 square feet. These homes can come on lots as large as 66 to 76 feet wide. Now, if you're wondering who would consider living in Talon Preserve, well, it's really ideal for active adults and families. It's also perfect for beach lovers who prefer maintenance-free, amenity-rich living at a variety of price points. So if you like the idea of Hawkstone but thought to yourself, man, this community would be perfect if it just had a couple of amenities, not a ton, but just something, then this next neighborhood is going to be perfect for you. Here we are at Artistry, located at the intersection of Lorraine and Palmer Road. Artistry is a boutique community of only 160 homes built by Coulter. Now, Coulter is an upscale boutique builder known for its resort-style living. Now, I struggled to decide whether or not I should really include this community on this list, as Artistry is in its final closeout sale, with last opportunities being right now. But I figured this is such a nice community, it's kind of too nice to leave out of this list. Plus, there will always be resale availability in here. Now, Artistry was built in 2017 and offers 11 floor plans ranging anywhere from 2,500 square feet and up. Amenities in Artistry include a gated entrance with a 24-hour guard service and maintenance included grounds. There's a heated pool with lap lanes, a sun deck, cabanas, a full fitness center with yoga and aerobic studios. Also, there's sports courts for tennis and pickleball. There's a half basketball court, a playground, and a dog park. There's even a community garden and nearly 21 miles of walking trails connecting waterways and preserves. Now, there are a few key points to talk about with Artistry. Number one, this community is still considered a bit further out east in Sarasota. You're still about 11 miles or 30 minutes away from Siesta Key from here, which isn't horrible, but for some, that's just a little bit too far out of the way. Now, another point to consider is if you have school-aged kids, Artistry is districted for one of, if not the lowest rated high schools in Sarasota. That's really not my personal opinion. That's just a fact. Other than that, Artistry is an amazing community located in a serene, old country part of Sarasota. This is an area where you still have to turn on your brights when driving out here. An area where you can actually see deer and other wildlife, which is really rare for other parts in the western end of Sarasota. All right, now Lakeview Crossing is going to be the newest community on this list, as construction here hasn't even started yet. This community is going to be built by David Weekly Homes, a very highly rated builder in this area. Now, this is going to be another boutique community where the location is going to shine more than anything else. Lakeview Crossing is located on Hand Road, directly across the street from its namesake, Lakeview Elementary School. In this location, residents will be in one of the most desirable school districts in all of Sarasota. They will be within a 5-minute car ride from grocery stores and daily essentials, and only about 20 minutes from a car to Siesta Key Beach and downtown Sarasota. For family fun events, Lakewood Ranch and Waterside are only about 15 minutes away from here. Because this community is so new, they don't have a ton of information to give yet, but here's what I know. Construction of these homes will be starting in October of 2025. There's going to be both 52 and 62 foot lots available. This is going to be a really small community of only about 50 homes. It's going to be gated with natural gas and no other amenities at all. They will be announcing the floor plans in the next coming weeks, week. So if this community is something that interests you, then make sure to get my new construction guide for updates. Now, who should really consider living in Lakeview Crossing? Well, it's going to be families looking for a home in a great location and school district, and those not really interested in the expensive, amenity-rich, massive communities. Next, we have a townhome exclusive community. The Gardens at Bay Street, being built by D.R. Horton, is located south on Palmer Ranch at the intersection of Honore and Bay Street. This location is primed for young adults and growing families looking for an active lifestyle surrounded by some of the best attractions Sarasota has to offer. In this location, residents will be able to get to walking paths, shopping and dining, Siesta and Nokomis beaches, the Legacy Trail, Oscar Shear State Park, and a ton more, all within a short 15 to 20 minute drive. Being in the southern Palmer Ranch district also puts the Gardens at Bay Street in the Laurel, Nokomis, and Venice High School districts, both really highly rated schools here. Now, D.R. Horton is building 2 floor plans. Both are 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathrooms, and 1-car garages. The only difference is about 100 total square feet and kind of the layout of each townhome. But I really appreciate the full block construction all the way up that D.R. Horton is committed to doing on all of their homes. Not only is it added security during a storm, but it's so valuable for sound dampening. Whenever I walk through homes, it doesn't matter whether it's a $400,000 house or a $4 million house. Some builders just don't do block construction on the second level, and you can feel it in your feet, and you can hear it when you're walking around. You can hear it banging and echoing throughout the whole entire house, even when you're walking lightly on your feet. Now, because this community is still in the pre-building stages, as you can see around me, things will inevitably change. But if I had to guess, pricing on the townhomes in D.R. Horton here would come right around $365 to $380. And to get into an all-new block construction home in Palmer Ranch for that price is a total steal. Lastly, we have Waterside Place and the communities available here. Now, instead of going down the list of each one of these 10 communities, I want to talk about Waterside kind of as a whole. And then stay tuned, because the next video I'm going to be posting is going to be a whole separate Waterside Place video breaking down each one of these communities specifically, because I found that it can be kind of a whole different animal for people to kind of consume. Now, if you're itching to get more info on Waterside Place right now, then you can go into the first link in my description below and download that totally free new construction guide, where I'll be breaking down all of the HOA, the home size, the pricing of properties and neighborhoods here in Waterside Place. Now, Waterside is the southernmost expansion of Lakewood Ranch and is actually the only part of Lakewood Ranch that is right here in Sarasota County. The Waterside district is located east of I-75 and spans north of Fruitville Road and ends at University Road. Now, Waterside is an extremely upscale community full of boutique and local shops and restaurant choices. This area is very, very community driven and often features community gatherings. Things like ranch night on Wednesday nights. You can find people walking up and down the street here and down Waterside Place. You can pop in and out of shops listening to live music under the pavilion. Food trucks and cornhole tournaments can be found out here on both ends of Waterside Shopping District. And on Sundays, one of the most popular farmers markets in all of Florida is found right here. Now, if you're somebody looking for a quality upscale home in a community-driven area, then Waterside is great. Now, for some points of consideration. Firstly, a lot like Artistry, Waterside Place is districted for some not so desirable both middle school and high schools. Now, McIntosh Middle and Booker High School hover right around a 3 to 5 out of 10 stars, according to greatschools.com, which isn't really the best. If you're a family, this is really less than ideal, and based on that factor alone, a lot of the people I work with rule out Waterside Place altogether. The other point to consider is that Waterside Place has been branded as this luxury upscale community, and the real estate really reflects that. Now, you don't really see D.R. Horton or other entry-level builders in this part of town. You see luxury and custom home builders building large estate-style homes on huge, massive lakes or on executive lots. Home prices, even for a smaller single-family home on the lower end, are going to start at $500K, and they're quickly going to go up from there. Now, if you haven't already noticed, all of the new communities I've highlighted today, except for Talon Preserve right behind me and Bay Landing, are all east of I-75. And that's because that's really kind of where the undeveloped land in Sarasota is. But I highly recommend not just limiting yourself to this section of Sarasota. Sarasota has so much more to offer, and I highly recommend watching this video right here, where I deep dive into every area of Sarasota and the lifestyle that each area provides. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.